chains.
Hi, I'm Brian, and I have the list of the best top 10, the best top 10 food chains in the country.
I'm Brian, and Brian doesn't have the best top 10 food chains. I do.
I'm Dan. And I do. And this is the Diss List.
Deck the Hallmark, it's this podcast. Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Oh,
If that sounded rocky, you should see the outtakes.
I wanted to do regular chains, and you said no.
fans of the
food.
Diss List, stand up.
Holler if you hear me.
Great to be back.
Yeah, it is.
For a special Diss List. For
Yeah.
those that have never enjoyed a Diss List before. Dan, what is this?
So this is our fun little spin on lists. Basically,
We did it.
we did it. We cracked lists. Brandon and I have a guest join us, typically somebody from the Bramble Jam podcast network, but we would accept
In this
applications.
case.
Just me. Just
Brian.
Ryan.
And they bring us a list, top 10 list of their choosing of some topic. This topic is chain restaurants
Yes.
in the United States.
Yes.
Yeah, have to be able to
National.
sit in and eat. That's
Yes,
correct?
Need to sit and you have a seating area.
Okay.
Not just a drive-through, not a window.
So Brian's going to walk us through his list, which this slide that you created has all Dunkin' stuff on
What
it.
is happening
It's
here?
all Dunkin' Donut stuff, and so help
I
me
would
if
just skip right to the
if Dunkin'
end here.
Donuts makes your list as a top 10 chain in America. Oh man, that's going to be brutal. They're not even a top 10 donut chain. I can't. So basically,
How many
donut chains you know
national
about?
donut chains
Yeah.
are
I bet I could find 10.
you can sit in.
Yeah, that you can
National.
sit in.
Yeah, with
Krispy
some booze.
Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.
Tim Hortons, I guess, technically counts.
I don't know if it
I don't
does.
know how far they stretch.
Anyway,
So basically, he's going to go through, start at 10, go to 1.
Yeah.
We're going to give him a hard time or give our opinions on all of his choices. And then Brian gets to make a list from Brian's list. He gets to take 2 names off of the list that Brian had and put 2 on. Then he gets to flip the position of 2.
that's right.
And turn in his list to Brian, and I get to do the same thing. And then Brian's going to choose one of our list as the definitive list of top 10 chain restaurants
That's right.
in America. Brian, why this? Why this topic?
This is a good topic.
It's a great topic.
Really good topic. It's a tough
Yeah,
topic
it's a
too.
tough
because
topic.
So many of these places that you love are not national, and you think maybe they are. They're not. So the list is actually it's kind of harder to come by.
Was there a
than you think.
qualifier?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like we talked about, you do have to be able to sit down in these restaurants.
Yeah.
It can't just be a drive-through. It can't just be like a walk-up window.
But from a national, like Los Angeles doesn't have Sonic Drive-In, but
Yep.
Sonic is national. Like
Yeah.
when we say national, we mean there's locations kind of on both coasts and in the middle.
Yeah, I think it has to cover. It can't just like there was what was it?
Culver's was a
Culver's,
tricky
for example,
one.
covers a lot of the country, but not
the
West
West
Coast
Coast.
or the East.
So that's not
Northeast,
national.
So you can't count it.
Yeah.
So they can't. I
Yeah.
think what,
Got a lot of pockets, but
right.
not
Yeah.
quite.
We're just got pockets. But
got pockets.
we're setting up for Brian's reveal of Applebee's at 1. I can tell already. So,
Not far. The other thing too is I did go by a Wikipedia list where it did break down
Okay.
national, regional type. So I
that's
made
how you
sure.
said I went and bought. Like I went and bought. I go buy. I was thinking.
I went and bought a
Wikipedia's free,
Wiki-
Brian. You don't have to
I
buy
went and
it.
bought a
Did I say I
Wikipedia.
bought something?
Yeah, no, you said,
you said
I
buy.
did go buy a
Oh,
Wikipedia
gotcha.
list.
Yeah, I did
was-
buy. Oh, you don't have
that's
to
me.
pay for those.
No, it's free.
Oh man.
Free if you. Can
I mean, they
believe it.
asked for donations a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we get it cracking?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
Kick it
so.
off with
All
what,
right.
number 10?
Number 10 is first up. Yes.
All right. So number 10 on my favorite, the
Wow.
best 10 food chains in America.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well,
Oh
actually,
yeah.
I
Here we
guess
go.
start
Look at
here.
you.
So,
Food exit 14.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Here it is.
Right
Here is
Man,
the list. Now, number 10 will be right over here in the corner. And drum roll. Brrr. Taco
Taco
Bell.
Bell.
Number 10 on my list.
Okay.
And
Tell me why.
I'll tell you why. My criteria consistently through this was
Wow.
number 1, is it a consistent experience? Is it you don't think it's consistent? All right.
Taco Bell made the
Taco
list.
Bell made the list, and also is it an easy experience?
Yeah.
Am I gonna just breeze in and out of this place? So Taco Bell, I've taken a lot of road trips the last few years here, having
You have?
moved to Greenville, and
Yeah.
I found that Taco Bell has been one of the most reliable stops with a car full of kids or
Okay.
not. And
You're throwing tacos back to your kids in the car?
Oh yeah,
I've done
go,
that,
We'll
yeah.
go there. You get a bean burrito, a bean and cheese burrito, or bean and rice burrito. They're like $1. You get a bag of those things. I get like a dozen soft shell tacos and just go, and it's great. So I have a soft spot in my heart for Taco Bell.
Soft shell spot.
Soft shell
Yeah.
spot.
Nice.
Always a
That's what
soft
you did
shell,
there.
and they're open super late.
Always soft shell.
Always a soft shell.
Yeah.
Always.
What if it's a Doritos Locos?
I never. No.
Never.
No, I've never done it. No.
Taco Bell's on your list without having tried the
You telling
Doritos
me it gets
Locos.
better than a soft shell taco?
The Doritos Locos.
My
tacos.
go-to at the Taco Bell is the cheesy gordita crunch, which you
I
know,
think I've tried that.
it's
I've
got
ventured a little bit.
it's got soft and crunchy, melty.
right.
It's got that Baja sauce on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Man.
So a good choice. You know, I felt weird about putting Taco Bell on this list,
I don't
but
think you should feel weird
the more
about
I thought
it. I
about
don't
it,
think you
it's
should feel
it's-
weird about
I got a
it.
good vibe for Taco
It's
Bell.
funny, Brand. Well, you like this place?
I like that. Well, honestly, I have to be honest. I have not given this maybe as much time as it deserves.
The list or the bell?
The list. And so I'm kind of waiting to see how this all plays out.
Gotcha.
I like it at a 10, but I also need to see what it's relative to in his list and then give it some more
Yeah.
thought. But I do like a Taco Bell. I do like a Taco Bell. I do like a Taco Bell.
I haven't had Taco Bell in a long time, but I do have a lot of fond memories of like road trips.
You mainly have it with me at this point.
Yes, if I'm eating Taco Bell, it is almost always with you. That is correct.
Sounds like it's been a good experience for you.
And I don't like, I would choose it over like McDonald's. I don't know if that's coming, but like from a drive-through perspective, I don't mind it. I feel like my list is going to be a lot more like,
Bougie.
that's exactly right. It's going to be a lot more like
Yeah, sit down.
upscale
Yeah,
than
absolutely.
your
You,
list
like,
is
eat
going to be.
silverware at
Like,
most of
because
yours.
this list could include steakhouses.
100%. There are chains.
Longhorn.
Fancy.
Longhorn, Outback, Texas Roadhouse, none of which I frequent regularly, but
Better
Taco
than
Bell.
Taco Bell, sure.
So that's my thing. Is
Well,
I'm,
actually,
I'm-
I don't know.
I'm
I've had
sitting
some bad
here-
experiences.
we had a terrible experience. All three of us at Outback.
It's true.
That was brutal.
That is true, yeah.
The dessert
Yeah.
was good.
The
Everything else
dessert
was
almost saved
trash.
it for you. Yeah.
But
Which usually
I
what
do
happens.
think it's one of those things where I have to see his list as a whole
Yeah,
because
it's got to say, how's it
it-
relative? Yeah.
I saw it and I was shocked. But
Yeah.
if he's going to go with a lot of places that are like in and out places, no pun intended.
In and out, not on the list.
Not-
Can't
well,
be.
it can't be. It's regional.
So stop it, everybody.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
this
yeah.
regional
And In-N-Out's
nonsense.
overrated too. So let's just. But I just
Dana did that
fascinating. It's a fascinating play at 10 because I think if this is a harbinger of what's to come, then this list may hold a similar place in my heart to Ryan Popola's sports movies list.
Okay.
But of the drive-throughs for lunch, Taco Bell is not of the Nationals. Yeah, I'll take it.
All right. Okay. Let's see where we go from
Number
here.
9.
I don't
I'm back out
hate
of the
the
way.
play. I do feel like you have a limited knowledge of Taco Bell for someone who put it on their list.
Soft shell only.
Soft shell
No
only.
Locos.
You can bring that. You can grab that mic, Dan. You can hold it in your hands.
You can speak
if
into
you
it
want
if
to
you
step
want.
Soft
back.
shell only.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to let 9 have
Yeah,
a
I know.
stay.
I'm just saying. If you
Yeah.
want to just get comfortable,
Yeah.
This is,
you can do whatever you want
Do you
to.
think this is comfortable here?
I
Guys,
feel like it's a
super
weird angle to
comfortable.
look at you. Cool.
Good angel.
Hey, what's up, man? You want to go Taco Bell later?
Yeah, I should definitely. Go
Okay, number 9.
Number 9. Here
What
we
do
go.
we got?
The Looney Tunes, number 9. Dunkin'
wow.
Donuts.
Wow.
Very specific reason.
Not
for this
high.
thing.
Not as high as I
not
would have
very high on my
expected.
list. But
For a
Given-
Boston man,
For a Boston man, who
9
was-
is basically not on the list.
9,
Yeah,
and basically the first slide was all Duncan. So
And I
kind
got to
of-
be honest, unless your very specific reason for this is coffee, I
No,
can't.
it's not.
it's not.
Okay.
It's not. My reason is I need a donut shop on the list. And as far as national donut shops, there's not a lot of options. There aren't. And I'm not a Krispy Kreme guy. So
Okay, because Krispy Kreme is a national chain now.
And I'm picking Dunkin' over Krispy Kreme. I can go in there and get a box of 50 Munchkins if I want, 25.
You can
Sometimes
do
I
that at
throw a few
Krispy
extra.
Kreme.
I like the Dunkin' Donuts. I need to have a donut shop represented, and if I got to pick one, I'm going with the Dunkin'. If you put them side by side, I'm going to pick Dunkin' over Krispy Kreme. And I don't think Tim Hortons does count in this spiel here.
This is
So-
tough. I don't know of any national donut chains aside from Dunkin' and Krispy off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Brand, can you think of any off the top of your head?
Most of them are regional. It's hard to come by
Yeah.
a national donut shop.
Yeah.
So it's
I think the promise is the problem is you started with I have to have a donut shop on the list.
Yeah.
You could choose any national chain food you wanted at any level.
Yeah.
From the highest tier
Yeah.
all the way down to the
A
nothing.
Dunkin'.
And you, to a Dunkin'. Exactly.
a Dunkin', yeah.
And you are like, well, I have to have a donut shop
Yeah.
on the list. You're not planning your perfect day.
I'm
You're
saying
saying your best
I gotta
10.
cover the bases.
Best 10, Brian.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't not have a donut
Is a
shop.
donut that tastes like an ashtray? I just can't.
Let's put a little bit of
Maybe
respect on
a
the Munchkin.
bagel?
Let's put a little bit
Are
of
you a
respect
Dunkin'
on.
Donuts fan?
I love a Munchkin.
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts, aside from Munchkins.
Chocolate.
I like their coffee.
But would you put this on your list?
No, I wouldn't put it on my list.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No. In my opinion, Krispy Kreme's a better donut, but Munchkins are kind of their own thing.
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme has the
They're not
same-
as good.
What?
The donut holes at Krispy Kreme are not as good as the Munchkins
Yeah.
at Dunkin'.
Well, I just fundamentally disagree.
We're gonna have to try that.
Yeah,
out.
we're gonna have to bring that
But
just to take it to
I'm
the
probably
tape
with Brandon on
situation.
this one.
Of course you are.
I like the play though, Brian, at 9 from a strategic
what?
point of view.
Yeah.
For me, I think I could do a lot with that,
Sure.
and kind of
Sure.
also like play into what I know about you and your love of Dunkin'. I think there's a lot that I can do with it. I went through a big Dunkin' coffee phase for a long time.
I've never had I have had one coffee that was too sweet.
Because for a
me.
long time they were doing like dollar coffees, free coffees in their app, and I was getting that like crazy. I was going nuts.
Yeah, they lost money on you.
And I
there,
do
for
like
sure.
the sweets. I do like a sweet iced coffee. I can do that. Once you get to the lattes, trash, not
Yeah.
good. But just an iced coffee.
Yeah, they can pull it off.
I dig
And
it.
also, I don't know if you heard, America, it
It
actually
runs on it, and I've
So-
heard that. So between the Munchkins and the iced coffee, I'm not upset that it's on the list.
I get the feeling that in all 10 of these places that I'm going to see on the board, I can go there and eat for under $12. And I can't believe that is what list we ended up getting.
You're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I feel pretty confident.
Oh, right.
Strong.
We're off to a tough start here.
Yeah,
We're off to give me 10 over
absolutely.
9, but we're off to a tough start,
All
Bri.
right, so let's move on to 8.
Here we go.
Because
Let's kick it up a notch.
I don't remember what it is, so let's find out. The Cheesecake Factory. Number 8.
Interesting.
Yeah, and again,
Wow.
this is a specific choice for dessert only. I mean, the menu, colossal.
It's
You can get
massive.
anything you want.
It's
You'll
very
have,
expensive.
So expensive. You'll have a ton of leftovers, though, if you do it right.
Yes.
But the cheesecake is great.
$10 a slice.
So reliable, so good, so many options. Everybody's happy. I rarely go to the Cheesecake Factory, but I think it belongs on this list because the dessert option is just, I don't want to ignore it. It's important. And so I'm putting it right here.
So you put it there to get you a dessert.
I mean, 2 of your options so far
Are basically desserts.
Are desserts.
Yeah, got my
Inspired.
donuts. I got my
What do you
cheesecake.
think of this Cheesecake Factory business?
Well, I have a tough time there as one who does not like cheesecake.
Yeah.
Sure. that's
So
tough,
if you're
yeah.
taking me there, if I'm thinking of this list as I'm with Brian and his car, we're on a road trip, and I say, Brian, lead the way. Take me on a tour to Flavor Town.
Keep throwing road trips in the mix for this. All 3 of us had said road trip.
We're looking at
That's
the.
not what
We're
this
on the
list
road.
is.
man.
I know, but I'm just
traveling.
All I'm saying is
Across America.
I'm on a trip here.
Yeah.
A not a physical. It
is a physical trip.
hypothetical. I'm on a list. I'm
Yeah.
on a hypothetical
There's
trip
this
with
list.
you, and you're taking me through your list. Okay, and you say I want some dessert. I'm going to Cheesecake Factory, and I'm saying, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I could go for some of those
Buffalo chicken wontons.
Buffalo chicken
Oh,
wontons. I could
boy,
do that.
howdy.
I could do that.
There we go.
Yeah.
But I was newer to Cheesecake Factory. I'd never been until we went together in
right.
Edison, New Jersey.
Shout
Rest
out.
in peace, obviously.
Edison is still very much with us.
They pay you for that?
Edison is most definitely not still with us.
Edison has been a corpse for years, but we still go.
Right, we still go.
Yes.
You
You have
still
to
can
visit.
go.
Yes, of course.
Anybody
Not
can go.
recommended. But
It's if the color gray was a city.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But New Brunswick next door is good by
Hello, New
comparison.
Brunswick.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. I don't mind this. I never think about Cheesecake Factory, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Yep.
And I do think the menu's too long. I think You got to pick a lane. I think the first two, Taco Bell and Dunkin'
Are
Donuts,
very much in a
they
lane.
They picked the lane.
Yeah.
They're sticking with it. Dunkin's trying to get a little bit flashy,
Getting a little cute with
in
it.
the past
Yeah.
couple years, and I don't need that. But Cheesecake Factory, that menu, just to read it, you could read Moby Dick before you get done with the menu at Cheesecake Factory, and so
Good pull there.
it's too long. It's too long. There's too much going on. This is an early entry for me as a replace, but we'll see.
Sure.
So I think this is my favorite of those three. I don't ever go there. You and I, when it opened at Haywood Mall, we went. Remember, we tried to get there right when the doors opened, and there was a line of people.
Dude,
who
it
wanted-
was not even. It wasn't even when it first opened.
It was like 6 months after
It was
they
6
opened.
months. It's been around.
And people are lined up at 11 a.m. to eat there. We're like, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
And we thought we were getting cute getting there at 10:45. We were
Yeah.
like, this is good. We'll be good.
Yeah, we'll be
roll
good.
up.
Yeah.
No.
No, not there. But obviously, if you're asking me which of these three places I would frequent, Cheesecake Factory is ahead of the other two.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah.
The buffalo chicken wontons and the cheesecake alone, the app and the dessert, I don't even need a meal
Yeah.
in between there. That app, those desserts, can't beat it. Can't beat it.
I
So
think that's fair.
I'm thrilled it's on the list, not because I don't know if it would be on my list or not.
Sure.
But I think I get it. It's a really good pull.
Thank
Good
you.
pull there,
Thank you.
Bri. Good pull.
Let's do this. Let's take a quick break.
I
We'll
love
come
that
back
plan.
and we'll get back to number 7 on Brian's top 10 chain foods.
Chain restaurants.
Chain
nationwide.
foods nationwide on the
Chain
Disc List.
food.
Food.
Comma.
Chain food.
Call it that.
We're back. Welcome
Boy.
back to the Disc List here on Deck the Hallmark. It's
you
layered.
get it.
Brian, you're doing top 10 chains.
Food
chains.
Nationally.
National
Nationally,
food chains.
food, yes.
That's right.
And we got
And-
10
go ahead.
Taco Bell.
Yes.
9 Dunkin' Donuts. 8 Cheesecake Factory.
Brings
we're
us to
at
number
7.
Down
7.
to 7. Number 7 on the list. DQ. Dairy Queen. Number 7 on the list of top 10 best food.
For what purpose?
What? You couldn't even say food without laughing. Brian, 2 of the 4 places on your list,
All right.
what they serve isn't
Yeah,
food.
You guys are going to pick up on a trend here that I'm just realizing. This is specifically.
Is it all of them suck?
This
Is that the
for-
trend?
No,
Brian's
this
just going to keep saying, I had to put something on for dessert. I had to put
this is
something for dessert on the list.
The
If
Blizzard.
you say it's for the Blizzard.
It's for the Blizzard.
You just had the cheesecake on there for the cheesecake.
They're different things. And also,
stomach.
at Dairy Queen, you can get a burger, a double burger.
You can?
A spicy double. You can get
When was the
chicken
last time
tenders.
anyone did that?
Why are you reading me the
I did
Dairy
this within
Queen
the last
menu?
couple of years.
You
actually,
did this
at the old office one
I thought
day.
it was going to be months.
I,
You
no,
did
no,
the last
no,
couple
that
of
was-
years.
I wish.
Yeah, he got chicken or
Tenders
a
for
burger
dinner
from
last
DQ
night.
within the past couple years.
How is the burger at
It's
Dairy
passable.
Queen?
It's fine.
Number
It's
7.
Fine.
Number
It's
7 on his
fine.
list is
I need
passable
I need
food.
a meal. I grabbed the burger, and most importantly, the Blizzard. Super important. Blizzard.
Brian,
it's
What's
great,
your
man.
go-to
You're
Blizzard?
such a disappointment.
Oreo. What?
Oreo Blizzard.
DQ. A lot of options. Really convenient.
This is crazy.
Yeah, you're having a
Dairy
good
Queen
time,
should
man.
have been out of business years ago.
They should have, but they're not.
And the
That
Blizzard is the
speaks-
only respectable menu item on that whole menu.
Obviously, I'm just saying there are other. If you have to,
And
if
you
you
put
want a
it ahead.
Blizzard,
I give me Dunkin' Donuts over
if you
Dairy
need
Queen.
a Blizzard and you got your kids, you can feed
You
them.
can get a
and
Sonic
get,
Blast, and the food at Sonic is
No,
better.
No way.
Yes.
The Dairy Queen, no.
Yes.
Trash.
Guys over
Sonic's
here
no good.
really pushing tonics.
No, I don't want. Sonic wouldn't be on my
Sonic's
list.
gross.
You got the Queen over Sonic?
Probably.
Really?
I really like a Blizzard. And I just want to say, like, I don't know what happened in the room the day that they talked about, let's make sure everybody tips it upside down before they hand it to you.
Yeah.
But what a day that was. And it's not a day that is going to be celebrated. It's not going to be a
Flag Day,
national
right?
holiday.
It's not even their ID. Like, it's a custard concrete. A frozen custard concrete in the Midwest. Ted Drew's St. Louis has been around for 100 and some years. They do that to everyone they hand out.
You think that they stole it from
Dairy-
Ted
yeah,
Drew's?
Dairy, yes, most definitely.
You think the Queen?
That's what all
Yes.
the great ones do.
Yes.
They just steal from
think
the
they
other
did.
people, the better
Wow.
ones.
That's tough.
Ted Drew, shout out.
Well, whatever
Route
room,
66.
I don't really care where it happened.
Yeah.
Whatever room it happened in, that they said we're doing this, was an amazing room.
A
'Cause
Sonic Blast is
as-
just as good as a
as
Blizzard.
a kid, the kid in you just comes out when you see that happen.
Yes.
I could get you or especially with old Oreo over here.
Just simple
I could
Oreo
get you
head.
an Oreo Blizzard and an Oreo Sonic Blast, and you would be like, yeah, basically the same
I don't
thing.
think so.
You
I
don't think
highly
so?
doubt that.
I haven't really had a blast before.
Neither have I. But
You
I
and I
just know
literally
it.
were watching March Madness. They had a cookie dough blast,
Oh yeah.
and we left the
right.
office,
Oh, you
went
did.
down and got it, and came back. It's just like a Blizzard. Same thing.
Yeah, going. But Dairy
I can't
Queen-
believe this.
The Brewster's cookie dough.
Oh my!
better.
Oh my gosh!
That's
if that
the-
was a national chain.
Is Brewster's not?
I don't think it is.
I don't know. Actually,
What do you think about this pick?
it's a wild card pick here.
Yeah,
I'm
this at 10. Okay, I maybe give you a little leeway. At 7,
it's
Yeah.
interesting.
I like the
Very
Blizzard.
interesting.
You're
I
being
like the
I'm
kind.
Blizzard.
honestly really surprised that this is. Again, I'm just surprised that Duncan's at 9. Why is Duncan not
if
at
you're
7?
going to put this crap on this list, you may as well
I
get.
never hear you
I think-
really talking about DQ. You never shut up about Duncan.
I think the
did
Duncan
a whole,
thing
like
is a bit though.
like a few months where we were eating Blizzards nonstop.
That's true, and the Duncan thing is kind of a bit with me. To be fair, like I don't
I
think
do like
when Brian was
Munchkins
living in
and-
Danvers, he wasn't going to Duncan every day, right?
No,
You weren't. Yeah,
no,
okay.
not every day.
You weren't going to. Were you going to Duncan every week?
No.
Okay,
I go
okay.
more often,
He
more than I do
lived in-
now.
He
for
lived in
sure.
the original Salem witch trials
Yeah.
city. He wasn't.
He lived in the original Salem
He's
witchcraft
that old.
the time of the
city.
He didn't go to Duncan every week.
Then-
He wasn't. Yeah,
Danvers.
I should have. Looking back,
Danvers.
regret. All right, so number 7. So
Hit
we
me
got
with
Taco
6.
Bell 10,
Yeah.
Dunkin' 9, Cheesecake Factory 8, number 7 DQ, number 6 on the list, Starbucks. This one now
Boy.
specific choice. I gotta have a good coffee on the list. Same with donuts. All coffee is like regional. The only thing that is consistent across the nation, across this great land,
Across this great land.
Starbucks. And if I'm taking a trip around the Christmas time and I'm driving through and
It's
I'm not
always road
getting
trip, isn't it?
a peppermint latte or fall time and we're not having a pumpkin latte.
You're also
And
new
for-
to those beverages too.
Last- yeah,
yeah,
We've
thanks to you
I've
guys.
introduced you to a lot
Thanks.
of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also, if we're doing this based on a road trip, which once again wasn't what we talked about at all.
well, I mean, you
But
go
if
anywhere
we're-
if you're anywhere in the country.
If we're doing this based on a road trip, of these 5 places, the place I'm most likely to stop at during a road trip is 100% Starbucks.
Yeah.
Like Starbucks definitely deserves to be on this list more than those other 4. What kills me is you have Dunkin' and Starbucks on your list.
Right. Well, I'm not getting
So, but what
coffee at
what
Dunkin'.
you're saying is that that's how important Munchkins are.
I don't want to live without donuts. Are you kidding me?
You don't have to. This wasn't a desert island assignment, Brian.
This is
you can still go and
my
get
best
Munchkins.
list. I have to feel like I got to cover all the bases here.
You don't.
You do.
You can
I-
have
I
12,
do.
10 steaks on there.
I don't want steak every day. If you
It's not,
highlight the
no.
whole page, Dan.
That's not what this is. This is actually highlighting the whole page. That's the purpose of this.
I see. For me, it's a variety, and covering the bases is the best
Oh.
list. So make sure I got everything that I would enjoy.
I would have Starbucks on my top 10. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with everything that came
Everything-
before.
everything
I
before it,
don't have a problem with Starbucks. And I honestly, it would be in the bottom half of my list, maybe a little bit lower than this, but I don't have a problem with this, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, five years ago, I would have been all in on this, and I would. I've gone away from Starbucks a little bit more in my older age,
But change.
But as far as the chains go, yeah, there's every time I go to Dunkin' for coffee, I think to myself, what are they not doing with their employees that Starbucks is
right.
doing with their employees? Because talk
Consistent.
about lack of consistency
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the Dunkin' Donuts drinks. It's insane.
Oh, yeah.
Starbucks.
The experience of Starbucks.
Starbucks is primo. The employees go above and beyond.
Absolutely.
And a great app experience within the Starbucks.
Yeah.
Which I felt like they were kind of ahead of the game in regards to the app.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I like the pick. It's a good pick.
Yeah, I think. I mean, obviously, I'd rather have a local coffee. Than
Of course.
Starbucks. I'm not.
Goes
I
without
don't go to Starbucks often, but national chain. I'm like, this is somewhere I could stop and know it's going to be the same. Literally in London, nobody had
dude.
ice for a cold brew. I went to Starbucks and got a cold brew with ice,
There you
like
go.
in London. So that should tell you everything you need to know.
Saving
there.
lives.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
All right. So that's
We
number
had top
6.
5?
Yeah. So now we're in the top 5.
All right, here we go.
Top
This is
shelf.
huge.
This is big. This is where it gets big.
Number 5 on the list. Chick-fil-A.
All right. Okay.
Now, yes, 5 seems low, but I feel like my 4 are bangers. and I had to push them down. Chick-fil-A, I battled between Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, because to me, very high quality places. Chick-fil-A
So
though,
is Chipotle not on your list?
we're gonna find out.
Okay.
I don't want to live without the peppermint shake. And you
That
telling
is
me
a seasonal beverage.
yeah, and I need
It is
that
a
on my
really
list,
good
man. I
milkshake,
love
though.
that chicken sandwich.
That's
I like,
the milkshake they're talking about in that song.
Really? That
Yeah.
brings all the
They
boys
have
together?
to
Wow,
be. They
interesting.
have to be.
Interesting.
Which
I'm
makes
just
it a
realizing
Christmas song.
now that DQ and Chick-fil-A they got a little bit
Time
of
out.
something
You
going
put
on.
Chick-fil-A
but-
on this list just for
no,
a milkshake
no,
you can
no,
get
no. I like
12
that.
weeks a year?
No, I like that chicken sandwich a lot.
Okay.
I like the tenders a lot.
Okay.
The kids love it there. Their
Yeah.
sauces are good. Phenomenal
One of the few
experience.
places still around that has playgrounds.
Has
at some
play
of
places.
the experiences.
Absolutely. Big ones, too.
By experiences, I mean restaurants.
Yeah.
I call my restaurants experiences.
Yes, of course you do. Yeah, yeah.
I know
As
that's
you
just
should.
it.
What do you
Yeah.
think about this, Brain?
It is very, very popular in these parts.
Yeah.
There are the Chick-fil-A and Starbucks are battling it out here in the Greenville upstate area for how many establishments they can have. I think Starbucks has it right now, but Chick-fil-A is gunning for them. I will say this about the Chick-fil-A. I will tip my hat to whether or not
colorful
it is whether or not it is quicker. The drive-through makes you think that they are busting it.
Yes.
Yes.
My wife showed me a meme the other day that was like, why do I feel like the Chick-fil-A drive-through worker would die for me? And it's like, yeah, they really are like let's go, let's do this thing. And it gives you that kind of that feeling of they're really trying in there. They're really busting it for me. I have gone on many rants about how the waffle fries are trash. You've heard me talk about this. I don't need to get into it.
So weird, too.
They're trash. They're trash fries. But the chicken's always consistent, and the spicy chicken, lovely.
Would it be on your list?
It might sneak in, but just because I like other chicken more, but they're not national. So I would have to put a national.
Popeyes is national? Popeyes is national.
Yeah, I'd probably put Popeyes on.
Yeah, Popeyes crushes
Popeyes
Chick-fil-A.
is better. Yeah, Popeyes
Here's
is
the
better.
thing, and this may be a hot take from a Southerner. I don't like Chick-fil-A. I never really have.
Well, you're a woke bee.
yeah,
I think
true.
that's part
That's a
of
big
it.
part
It
of it.
is.
That's a
yeah.
big part
It
of it.
has nothing to do with
The
that.
elephant in the room, obviously, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
There's some questionable.
Well, the money they
Behavior,
give to is organizations that typically don't like, they aren't very inclusive. That is not why I don't like Chick-fil-A. There is nothing food-wise at Chick-fil-A that they make that is the best. You can make an argument of peppermint milkshake. It's around for 2.5, 3
my
months a
gosh.
year. That does not
So
count. The reason I think people love Chick-fil-A, especially in the South, is it is a routine. It is consistent. The
And they're
deviation
polite. And they're polite.
The deviation from the mean, the average of what you get at Chick-fil-A is so small. Every time you go to Chick-fil-A, it tastes virtually the same, and it comes out at the same temperature and at the same speed. And people like that. Parents with kids who don't want to wait forever for their food, they like that. They can play in the play place. They go and they get the kids' meal. They can change the toy for the ice cream. Great. My kids adore Chick-fil-A. I would be fine never, ever eating Chick-fil-A again. I have been that way for over a decade. It does nothing
ahead of the
for me.
curve. I do think
Popeyes, KFC, Zaxby's, all of those chickens are far superior.
I don't think Zaxby's is national, though.
I don't
It's
think
just a
Zaxby's
problem,
is national.
Which is a
Should
problem.
because
I do
Huey
like-
Magoo's isn't national. And then
I had the Mr. Beast box, by the way.
well,
Really good time.
Yeah.
Really good time. And
And
the
then,
Feastable bar's pretty good.
Bojangles not national. Give me Bojangles, Zaxby's, Popeyes,
Oh, yeah.
and even KFC over Chick-fil-A.
Huey Magoo's.
And Huey Magoo's. There are a half
We have
dozen.
a lot of chicken down
Yeah,
there.
There
there's
are
a lot of
half
chicken
dozen
here,
fried
yeah.
chicken restaurants in the city of Greenville proper.
But I think for a
that I
lot
would
of the
take over Chick-fil-A.
country, is Chick-fil-A.
But having said that, your pick is not crazy here. I think
No.
if
This is on a lot of people's lists.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're spoiled with chicken
We
down
sure
here.
are.
We
Yeah.
understand that.
But also, if you ask everyday Greenvillians, they're telling you they're going to Chick-fil-A all the time.
Yeah, I do think part of that too is talking about the consistency. We've all had experiences at fast food in particular where you go where
inconsistent.
where you go and
Sorry
something's
about that.
wrong with your order.
On behalf.
Something's wrong with your order, and you go up and you feel like you're a burden, and they're mad at you, and you're ruining their day. I've never felt that at Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, their whole thing is it's our pleasure.
That's right.
And there's something about that as a Southerners that's like built in to like, oh yeah, this is a place that feels like home. It's like, there's something about the way in which they do that that's very
Southerners
smart.
also like things really plain, and the chicken sandwich is chicken bread and pickle. That is it.
Yeah.
And virtually no one else, as their flagship menu item, serves a sandwich with no condiments or no toppings or no nothing, but fried chicken with 2 pieces of bread and 2 pickles if you want them.
Yeah, get those pickles out of here.
That is exactly what speaks to, and I know it's coming out like this,
Yeah.
and I know it's fresh, and I know that everybody's working really hard. All that speaks to people down here.
Yep.
Doesn't speak to me because food's not good. It's not great. It's just fine. But whatever. I'm not shocked. Not shocked it's on your list at all.
I could do without the manager coming around and interrupting me as I'm taking a bite, asking me how everything is, and like they could chill out on that a bit.
Dude,
but
it's nonstop.
other
It
than
is.
that,
It's crazy. It's
very
it is
aggressive.
an experience for sure.
All right, let's take one more quick break.
Okay,
I
then
think
top four.
we've done a lot of good,
love it.
here, and everybody knows that everybody's waiting for the top 4. It's
They're
not
all
top-
bangers.
A lot of people think top 3. I say no.
no.
let's
I
do
thought
top
for
4.
sure
Add
we'd
one
take a
to
break
it.
after 4,
I
but
thought
you're ahead of me.
Yeah, I am. Let's take one more quick break. We'll come right back here on
This list.
This. I do want to just really say quickly, there is a review on Deck the Hallmark that is this Kiss
Like
lyrics
Faith Hill
to
lyrics?
Diss list.
Oh man,
And
how
it's
have
really,
we not read
it's
that?
really wonderful. I should read it.
I'm gonna pull that up at some point. We can't do it now though because we got the national food
No,
chain.
top 4.
Top
10.
10.
Taco Bell, 9 Dunkin', 8 Cheesecake Factory, 7 Dairy Queen, also known as DQ,
DQ.
the Mighty Ducks, 6 Starbucks, 5 Chick-fil-A. And that brings us
4.
to the top 4.
Number 4 on the list, Famous Dave's. You guys heard of this?
So we don't have Famous Dave's, but they're building one on Woodruff Road.
Are they really?
Yes.
There's one in
They're building one across from the Zaxby's on Woodruff Road.
What is that? Wieners?
It's chicken.
ribs.
chicken.
Those
It's
Oh,
ribs.
different Dave's. I'm thinking of Dave's Chicken. I've never heard of Famous
Really?
Dave's.
There is-
Yes.
it is national. There is one in South Carolina.
All right.
It's a barbecue joint. Really good ribs. Like really good ribs. Delicious.
National Barbecue, Brian?
Yeah. Good stuff. I was
Okay.
at a point in my life I was doing a contract job for this company in Kansas City. The
Yeah.
guy I was working with was a barbecued food judge, and he said, when you get out here, I'm going to take you to my favorite barbecue around here. And I was psyched because I'm like, this guy's a judge. I'm going to get a meal. And he took me to Famous Dave's, which I
Wow.
had just eaten at back in Manchester, New Hampshire before I left for that trip because we had one too.
Wow.
And it broke his heart. when I
Nearest
told
one
him.
to us is in Fort Mill.
Okay, that's not
Might
far.
be,
It's
might
about
be
an
worth
hour.
the journey.
We have to go out there and try it. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to mess with this pick because I've never had this food.
Yeah. Good barbecue. Ribs, really, really good.
I mean,
Really
ribs are
good.
on the logo, so clearly
Is it a baby back situation or a spare rib?
No, you're getting
that looks baby back to me.
Well, I think you get whatever, like either there. But the main, I always get just the spare rib. The
the
full rack
meatier
of
one.
rib
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
It looks a good logo, little pig.
Yeah, little piglet
Who
roasting
is
his
roasting
friend or
his
cousin.
friend.
That's right.
Yes.
It's a little cannibalism. We always love that.
Sweet. I
I'm not
like
mad about a rib, Brand.
No, I'm not. I don't even know of any.
A smaller restaurant, but is a national.
I don't
chain.
know of any national barbecue places that I would put on here.
No,
so
'cause
I don't have
you
any
can't
reason to
replicate
replace it.
barbecue because you need a smoker.
Yep.
That's whenever I hear a chain barbecue,
Yeah.
I'm like, how do they have the same smoker and smoking equipment? Like, it's just really hard to do. But if you're telling me it's worth it,
Yeah.
Bri,
All right,
Yeah.
maybe
Fort
we'll go-
Mill, let's
maybe
do it.
Fort
A good
Mill
meal.
for the vlog.
good
Okay,
for the
all
vlog.
right. 4's high though.
Yeah.
Oh
next
my
time we don't
gosh.
have anything to do, which is all the time around
Yeah,
here.
maybe like tomorrow.
We just leave at
We're always-
9:30 in the morning, and we get
Shoot out.
to the Famous Dave's. We
Tomorrow,
eat. We're
yeah.
home by 1:30.
Normal day.
Normal day for
Done.
Famous
Recording the
Dave's.
car. Easy. All right.
Three.
All right. Top
Top
three.
three.
Here we go. It's getting real.
All right. So after Famous Days at 4,
Should have
top
braked
three.
after 4. Should have braked after
It was
4.
an easy break because we didn't know Famous Dave's.
No,
It's all right. But you're the pro.
I should have braked.
It was a lucky guess on my part.
Yeah, sure.
We'll learn.
I still trust you.
Learn to do better. It's a good break.
Here we go.
3 on the list. Popeyes.
Yeah.
Louisiana chicken.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Thankful this is higher than Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Oh,
Thankful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best chicken.
Well, because Chick-fil-A is not on the list for chicken.
It's partially
apparently.
chicken, partially
I just,
the shake.
you couldn't defend this list in a court of law. I can tell you that right now. You couldn't.
Popeyes number 3 is pretty solid.
It's great.
Okay.
Popeyes 3 is great.
All right, Chick-fil-A questionable, but I do like it.
You basically put Dairy Queen, Cheesecake Factory, Dunkin' Donuts, and Chick-fil-A all on the list for dessert. Munchkin is a dessert. I don't care what anybody says.
I gotta cover the bases.
I'm really.
4 of your 8 picks are dessert.
but they also have food there.
But that's not why you put it on there.
Not primarily, but you can.
This is
I gotta
BS.
say,
I love Popeyes.
Love
though.
Popeyes. Popeyes is
Absolutely.
wonderful. Great pick.
Absolutely.
I'm really intrigued here because so far, aside from Cheesecake Factory, all of this would be considered in my
Fast food. Yes.
And so,
Drive-thrus.
is 2-1? Are they going to be fast food? Are they going to
Literally
be?
7 picks for the drive-through window.
You know, we got.
And a
What
seat.
else? What are we missing here, Dan? If as you're looking at, obviously, there's not a lot to say about Popeyes. Popeyes is
speaks for
wonderful.
itself.
The thing about Popeyes is the chicken is spicy enough. If you get their spicy chicken, it doesn't hold back. They go hard on the spices. Sauce is
No
great.
bars are
the
held.
chicken sandwich, if you want an actual real chicken sandwich,
real hearty.
Popeyes
They don't
Cajun
hold
chicken
back.
sandwich with the Cajun remoulade or whatever that is on there, it is delightful.
No one looks at the chicken from Popeyes and goes, "I felt like they didn't.
He
I
skimped
felt like
on
they
that.
held back with the
It's
chicken."
so good. Big fan. I know what I think should be up here. What I can tell you is that if he's going to continue with fast food, we really don't have a burger represented.
Right?
Yeah.
So I get the feeling you may see one of those coming in.
Like, what would like?
Well, I don't know what he's going to put, but like a
McDonald's,
Fuddruckers or a
but
McDonald's.
Fuddruckers would be a good one.
A Burger King. I'm hoping. Can I tell you what I'm hoping
Tell me
for?
what you're thinking about.
I'm hoping that Five Guys.
That'd be
is-
a really good addition.
I mean, that would be high for me at 1 or 2, but it's better than everything on the board but Popeyes.
I think
feel
anybody
like.
with a mouth would say that Five Guys makes the best fast burger.
It's an
right?
undeniable. I don't even go often because I think it's too expensive.
expensive,
And I could
that's
just
right.
get better food and sit down somewhere. But it's so consistent.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Yeah, I don't.
But do you expect to see an Applebee's or a Chili's or a?
I'm shocked we only have one place you sit down and get table service because my list would have
Yeah,
at least
most
5 of them. I
of
Maybe
told
a
you
Longhorn.
2 weeks ago before we knew we were doing this. I don't really like food from a drive-thru.
He mentioned Chipotle,
Oh yeah,
duking it out with
yeah.
Chick-fil-A.
We need Chipotle up there. I
Chipotle
think for
should be
sure.
on there.
All right,
All
go
right,
ahead,
let's
Brian.
Number 2 on the list.
Here we go.
Cracker Barrel.
God bless America. What are you doing?
I need to have a little breakfast joint
What do you
on
mean
the
a little
list.
breakfast joint? You got Dunkin'
I'm a
Donuts,
big pancake
Starbucks,
guy.
big
Cracker
pancake
Barrel.
guy. What about IHOP then?
Those
the
hash
pancakes
brown
from Cracker Barrel
casserole.
are better than IHOP.
Yeah.
all right.
Oh yeah.
First of all,
all the food.
your
is better than-
your opinions on this matter more than me because I could take or leave pancakes. But
Cracker Barrel pancakes are great.
as a whole, Cracker Barrel's food is for people that don't like Southern food or that aren't from the South that want to eat Southern food. That is on the whole. Now, not breakfast. Breakfast is its own thing. But if you're doing this just for breakfast,
Yeah.
like, I mean, get it out.
I only think about Cracker Barrel in regards
Same
to
here.
breakfast.
I don't eat a dinner there.
I just think about it as a racket, like a waste of time.
You know, let's talk about what Cracker Barrel does well. Obviously, pancakes.
The general
Pancakes.
store.
The general store
Those
is a
chairs,
wonderful
yeah.
time.
You get the golf
the
tees
little
and
golf
you
tee
skip over.
thing,
You're
very
Yeah,
fun.
how smart are you?
Ignoramus.
The commitment to locations only off of an exit.
Yeah.
Really impressive.
Yes.
So they've done a lot of things really well
The hash
at
brown
the Cracker
casserole.
Barrel.
But Bran,
I'm not saying it's on my list.
okay, but this is called the diss list.
I understand.
You're trying to help him out here. At
defending
number
it
2,
all.
I'm just talking it through.
Yeah.
Yes, for me, Cracker Barrel is only good for the pancakes. I have had dinner there. Wouldn't recommend.
pancakes are dime a dozen. Those
No,
are you can.
That's not
nice
true.
butter,
All right,
no
okay.
not
I
true.
gotta go
Are
have
you
these
kidding me right
pancakes.
now?
I guess
Whipped
They're good
cream on
pancakes.
there.
They're really
Yeah.
good.
Blueberry plain. Oh man,
it's just. Gosh,
delicious.
It's got a slight crisp to it, but
It
it's
is
not
a
burnt.
one-
Great pancake.
No, stop. You're wrong about
Pancakes
this.
are so easy.
No, not a
The,
good. you ha-
the
not a
deviation of
really
pancakes
good.
is just like this.
You're
I
wrong
just-
about that.
But it is. But also, I need to hear why this is number. Like you said, breakfast and pancakes.
Yeah.
I understand why it's on your list. Why is it number 2 ahead of two? Like 2 or 3
I
classics.
do
couple
love.
bangers.
I do love that the Cracker Barrel logo is just a white guy with a barrel.
Yeah.
They didn't try.
No.
They're like, let's just.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are what we
It's
are.
in the name.
But why is it like if you snuck this in at 10 and been like pancakes, I'd have been like, okay, but something like
Yeah.
Taco
Two's
Bell,
pretty crazy.
pretty high.
Taco Bell, Popeyes,
I really like going to
cheese,
Cracker
these
Barrel.
are like universal places. Cracker Barrel, you get a divided yes or like it is such a divisive place to eat. Why two for you?
Yeah, I really like eating at Cracker Barrel. I think the food is good.
Wow.
It's a good time. The pancakes are a big deal to me. A good pancake, are you kidding? Because you go and just get a mediocre one. It just doesn't hit the spot. And Cracker Barrel will hit every time. And that casserole, what's that called? The hash brown casserole, just keep it coming. And don't stop with that. And the coffee, good. You know, you're getting a good cup of Joe there. Quality. I like the food. And I don't think I've ever had a bad time eating at Cracker Barrel.
Wow.
Yeah. So immediately, this was one of the first restaurants when I was thinking of this list. This popped in my head, and I was like, yes, add that. Absolutely. That has always been really high on the list.
Man.
So
This is a tough list, Bri. I know there's lots of choices, so we're going to have some discrepancy, but
sure.
it's hard to abide by almost all of these. I mean, Starbucks would make my list. Popeyes would make my list.
Yeah. You like Cheesecake Factory on there.
Oh, my God. That's tough. Cracker Barrel at 2 is tough.
Yeah.
And my guess is Chipotle's 1, Brian. What are you thinking at 1?
I would be. The fact that he mentioned it, I'd be really like if it's between Chick-fil-A and Chipotle at only the 5 spot, that'd be weird.
It was weird that
So
he
it's like,
wrestled
why
at
did he
5 and then he popped to 1.
Pop to 1.
If Chipotle doesn't make this list now, I'm going to throw this microphone at him. What's number 1, Bri?
All right.
Wait. 10, Taco Bell.
Yeah.
9, Dunkin' Donuts. 8, Cheesecake Factory. 7, Dairy Queen. 6, Starbucks. 5, Chick-fil-A. 4, Famous Dave's. 3, Popeyes. 2, Cracker Barrel. And the number 1 national restaurant chain in the country, according to Brian Herald, is...
Texas Roadhouse.
This is so wild. It's so crazy.
He didn't throw the microphone.
Go ahead. Hit me with
Yes.
why Texas Roadhouse should be on this list.
Texas Roadhouse is great. The donuts Texas Roadhouse gives you, first of all.
The rolls?
The rolls?
Yeah, the rolls.
With
They're-
the butter.
Talking about donuts.
Yeah, they're basically
Donuts.
like donuts. It's
Does
a
he
rolls are.
only know 2 foods?
It's like a dessert.
The rolls are amazing.
Is it just
Amazing.
bread and then
Yeah, the
dessert?
cinnamon donut, warm cinnamon donuts.
The rolls are amazing.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
rolls
So you
are
start-
unbelievable.
Yes.
It starts with the rolls.
Absolutely.
Then you roll over. Go ahead. It's yours.
So then
I'll let you do it.
I mean, I really like their salad.
Their salads are great.
Yes. The
See, it
egg
always
in
comes
there.
in an ice cold bowl.
Freezing cold.
Crunchy lettuce.
Oh man!
Every
you can
time.
get a 10-ounce Coors Original there, which I
banquet beer.
love. Yes, I just put those back real quick. So that's a good time. They used to dance.
Can you
I don't know if
imagine
they-
Brian just getting wasted at a Texas Roadhouse?
on 10
In
ounce
fact,
beers.
I can't.
Yeah.
We should go to Dunkin' after this.
You guys want
For
some
Maybe-
dessert.
maybe.
And then go to Dairy Queen for dessert. And then go to Cheesecake Factory for dessert. And then it was at Christmas time. Let's go to Chick-fil-A for dessert.
Dude, it's the best day.
Okay.
So
Salads.
then the salad.
Coors
and
Banquet.
I really like the steak there. I get a nice filet. Flo's filet, I think it is.
Flo's Fillets at Longhorn.
Longhorn, is that? Okay.
It
So we
is.
get the filet. And they used to do the line dancing, which I don't think they do
They
that
don't?
anymore. When it's your kid's birthday,
Peanuts
they all
all
come
over the
out.
floor?
All of it doesn't bother me.
Great.
The peanuts don't bother me.
Okay.
Probably the number 2 question I get when I go there. Are you gonna be okay? You're gonna be okay?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
a good point.
I'm fine with the peanut dust. And then when it's your kid's birthday, even if it's not, you tell them, they all come out and scream and holler, and it's great. Yeah, really good food, super great atmosphere. I owned the stock for a long time as well.
Yeah.
Made a pretty penny off of that, so I was pretty psyched.
It's all making sense.
He owns stock.
Do you own stock? Have you owned stock in all of these?
I do own Starbucks. No Dunkin'. No, just Starbucks at this time.
Yeah. Brand, Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, I do love Texas Roadhouse. They're steak whops, and I think it's important to note.
Why'd you nod your head? He said womps.
You don't think so? You
It's
think
not a good. I don't think it's a
thought it
good
was-
steak.
oh, 'cause-
Okay.
No,
I
the
thought I was
steak
thinking
womps.
womps.
Steak
You're right,
womps.
You're right.
Um, The rolls are so. You know how important bread is.
You guys both are choosing your entire list off of fry bread and ice cream. I just need you to know that.
I'm not saying
pancakes.
this list is trash, Dan. Dan, the list is trash.
List is trash.
Okay,
List is trash.
the rolls at Texas Roadhouse are so good that I get excited to go.
Yeah.
And it's never my choice to go. It's all my in-laws live right by a Texas Roadhouse. I always want to go. And here's the freaking crazy thing about Texas Roadhouse. If you don't get there before like 4:30, good freaking luck. Good freaking luck.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. But the rolls are so good that I get excited to go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't wait. And I just down baskets. You down the banquets, I down the baskets.
The banquets and the
That's what
baskets.
we're known for.
Really, really good bread. Number one is insane. But I don't really know what I'm going to do about it.
Well, can I tell you this?
Go ahead.
I'm a steak snob, as you guys both know.
Sure.
I don't order steak out unless I know it's going to be great. I'd rather just grill it at my house where I know it's going to be great. Texas Roadhouse is my favorite of the chains. And the reason it's my favorite of the chains is not because of the steak, which is just mediocre. It's because everything else that you mentioned is 100% spot on. Yeah. And this would probably make my list. If you're asking me and we're driving down the road and we have all the time in the world, where I want to go to lunch on this list, probably Texas Roadhouse. Because you walk in the door, the rolls, the butter, unbelievable. The apps are good. The rattlesnake bites.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Great. Salads, on
Top
point
notch,
every
yeah,
time.
yeah.
And you know what? If you don't want a mediocre steak, their chicken tenders are really good.
They are.
You're
right.
My roommate in college waited tables and bartended at Texas Roadhouse. I would go and get free drinks, free salad, 25% off of everything else. So I would sit at the bar, drink beer, and just pay 75% of my entree. I've had virtually everything on the menu there. And I can tell you, the food is not only by and large good, but consistent. Yeah. And so that is easily the highest quality place on your list.
Okay.
One, I don't know. We got some questions though. Before I get to my list, I already know what I'm doing. You said at number 5, Brian.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to be able to make sense of this. And we have it recorded. At 5, I was debating. At number 5, you heard him, right?
I heard him.
At number 5, I was debating between
Chipotle,
Chick-fil-A and Chipotle. And what that meant for you was Chick-fil-A made the list and Chipotle didn't move to 4 or 6.
Right.
It got kicked slam off the list in favor of 4 dessert joints. What happened?
Chick-fil-A's good. I like Chick-fil-A. I just am not.
That's not it. You can put Chick-fil-A there. Why didn't Chipotle make the list at all if you were thinking about it at
Chipotle.
5?
I meant Chipotle. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it on the list.
I wasn't feeling it, Brim.
He wasn't feeling it.
It's a good spot. Yep. I feel like I've mentioned a few times, you keep combating with me. I'm trying to fill out all the spots, and I didn't.
You didn't get any Southwest Mexican anything.
I didn't.
Yo, Taco Bell. Excuse me.
Yeah, I got the bell.
You did.
On there, right.
That's right.
So
That's right.
I got that covered. And there were just certain bases I wanted to hit, and
Cracker Barrel was one of them.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Breakfast. Pancakes. Check.
All right. So
you go. Do you know what you're doing here?
I know the 2 that I'm going to put in there. Would you have any honorable mentions aside from Chipotle, or is that it for the honorable mentions?
I do have some.
What are they?
Do you want me to say? Because I feel like you're going to pick.
Oh, no. That's right. You don't want to say them because we could pick one. That's right. I don't know if Yard House is a national chain or not.
I think it is. I think I saw that on there.
Yard House is consistently delicious. Yeah. It is not like, I'm not going there if I have a choice of meal, but if you're asking me about a national chain, it has a ton of options like Cheesecake Factory, and the food is always better than average for me. Giant pretzel, ahi tuna nachos, got a great Nashville hot chicken sandwich, a ton of beer selection. Yard House is a great pick, but I'm not sure it's national. I've Googled a lot of things while we've been doing this. It's the only one that didn't immediately come up with a yes or no. And so out of respect to the process and the diss list, I'm not going to put Yard House on my list, although I think it probably should be on the list. The 2 that I'm going to put, is it okay if
you
I
go ahead? Go ahead.
The 2 that I'm going to put on the list are Five Guys and Chipotle. I think both of those restaurants are exactly what you think of when you think of quality, fast, national chain food restaurants. I think they're both national. They both are fast. They both give a lot of quality and consistency, whether you're in South Carolina or Louisiana or Oklahoma or California, wherever, right? So I got a whole bunch of these I want to take off. I know if I take Dunkin' off, I'm going to lose you. I'm going to make a switch, a direct switch, Chipotle for Chick-fil-A. Since you were debating over that, I'm going to pull Chick-fil-A
Right
off
at
of
5.
my list. I'm going to put Chipotle on.
Sure.
Okay. So I've got Chipotle at 5. I might flip it here in a second. And then I'm going to take off. God, it's so bad. Okay. I'm going to take off Dairy Queen at 7. And I'm going to put 5 Guys in there at 7. Okay. Now, so I got 5 Guys in for Dairy Queen, and I've got Chipotle in for Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
Now, here's what we're doing. We're switching Chipotle and Cracker Barrel. So Chipotle goes up to 2.
Yep.
The barrel goes down to 5.
Down the 5 barrel. Yeah.
Down to 5. You
Bottom
got
of
it?
the
That's
barrel.
right. Yeah, bottom of the barrel, down there. And then after that, then we're going to maybe put. I don't know anything about Famous Dave, so it's tough for me to move that around.
It's similar to Texas Roadhouse, so it's
the ribs, because the ribs at Texas Roadhouse are legendary.
Yes,
that's what they
fall
call
right
them.
off the bone.
Yeah, I don't know why you need Famous Dave's in there. Now that I say it out loud, I'm going to put 5 Guys up there where Famous Dave's is, and put Famous Dave's down at 7. So my list: 1 Texas Roadhouse, 2 Chipotle, 3 Popeyes, 4 Five Guys, 5 Cracker Barrel, 6 Starbucks, 7 Famous Dave's, 8 Cheesecake Factory, 9 Dunkin' Donuts, 10 Taco Bell. I left all your faves on there.
Yeah.
I feel like I added a lot of value, a lot of quality, and I took off the redundancies or the absolute you can't put Dairy Queen on this list of it all. And that, look, I don't like some of these other ones, but I get it. I expected Dunkin'. Taco Bell, that's a national fave. Brian, you can't have Dairy Queen on top 10 lists. You can't do it, man. We have a reputation to keep up.
Looks pretty good.
There's some
there, though.
integrity. We can't have Dairy Queen on this list. You know what I know it. Bray knows it. We all know
It's a
it.
dark day if blizzards aren't a thing.
You got the peppermint shit. No, you don't. You don't have that.
Took that right
I
off
took both
too.
of those off.
So
Yeah.
what am I gonna do?
F both of them. Here we
am I
go.
doing?
Bran, you ready?
Hold on. I'm still working
Still
through
working.
it.
Then all I'd have is my
this
cheesecake.
is tough.
It's
and
tougher for you, I
donuts.
think, to do this in real time than me.
Yeah, it is.
It's one of the areas where
all
I
right.
don't really have a. Yeah.
So you've got Taco Bell at 10.
Yeah.
I'm
Dunkin'.
gonna replace Taco Bell with Five Guys.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna get a burger place on there, and then I'm going to do we'll do Dunkin' at 9.
Yeah.
We'll leave Cheesecake.
Mm-hmm. Keep Dairy Queen.
Keep Dairy Queen on the list, but I'm gonna flip it with Five Guys.
So move it into 10.
I'm gonna move Five Guys.
Okay.
Five Guys
To
7. DQ
To
to
10.
10.
That's right.
I am going to move Starbucks up to number 2. And I'm going to move Cracker Barrel down to 6.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to replace it with a pizza place because I think pizza needs to be
Dude,
represented.
pizza needs to be on this
Domino's,
list.
a little place called Domino's.
But that's not sit-in, is it? Most Domino's aren't sit-in.
Most aren't. They some have like
that one
a-
close to us has a spot. I'm
set.
putting Domino's on there. I'm putting Domino's there.
Yep. Wow. Yep. I've
So
considered this.
getting rid of Cracker Barrel. Chick-fil-A, I'm going to keep
Took
it
out
at
your number
5.
2 entirely.
Famous Dave's, I'm going to keep it at 4. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And then, do I have one more switch?
No.
One more flip?
Didn't you flip? You flipped the barrel down. Did you keep Five Guys at 10, or did you flip it already? You flipped it.
I
with
flipped it, yes,
Dairy
yes.
Queen.
So,
So you've already done your 2 flips and your 2 switches.
okay, well then I'm keeping Popeyes at 3, and then Starbucks is 2, and
Texas
Roadhouse
Roadhouse
is 1.
So one.
I wish I had more time.
for him one. I can't believe Domino's qualifies here. I just can't.
Yeah, I thought about that too because
And
some
if it does, you're choosing it over all the other pizza chains.
pizza.
It's the one you go to the most.
Pizza Hut and what's the other? Papa
Papa John's,
Papa
Little
John's.
Caesars. Is Marco's national?
If Marcos is
think it is.
national, then
I
I
think
would
it-
then
I
I
think it
would
showed
then
up
I'd put
as-
Marcos on there.
Okay.
Can you sit in Marcos? Hey, if you can sit in Domino's.
I mean, yeah. If we're opening up,
Right now, can I just put a pizza, just pizza
Proxy,
there?
Domino's
proxy
as the proxy.
dog-
it has over 1,000 stores
Oh, that's
nationwide, including
definitely.
Puerto Rico, as well as the Bahamas and India. Marco's Pizza.
Marcos
national
it
chain.
is. Marcos at 5.
Okay.
How about
At
that?
5. You mean Chick-fil-A at 5?
What did I say?
Marco's at 6? Or at...
Marco's at 6.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm sorry.
yeah. So you went 1 Texas Roadhouse, 2 Starbucks,
Yeah.
3 Popeyes, 4 Famous Dave's, 5 Chick-fil-A, 6 Marco's.
Yeah, can I talk through?
Sure.
1, I kept at Texas. If it was up to me, I wouldn't have Texas, but I do think 1 should be steak. And even though it's not my steak of choice, it is my roll of choice. So that's why I'm keeping it there at 1, because steak's the best and it should be number 1. Starbucks, I moved up to 2. I just think from a beverage perspective, they're the best in the customer satisfaction and what they do. It should be. I think it should be higher than where it is. Popeyes at 3. It's the best of the chicken. Famous Dave's don't know, don't care. Chick-fil-A, keep it where it is. Marco's at 6. Pizza needs to be on the list. The fact that pizza's not on the list, and I think Marco's of the ones mentioned. We had Marco's today. Incredible.
It's so much better.
Never had it.
You had it in the office one day. We had it 2 weeks ago. Didn't you have a piece?
I don't know. Maybe I had a slice.
Yeah, there it is.
And then 5 Guys at 7, thanks to a switch 'em up and a replace, which gets me the burger. And then
but no, you're out Southwest food. You don't have any on there.
I don't.
No
I
Mexican,
don't.
yeah.
And then
I have no
Dunkin'
pizza.
Cheesecake DQ.
Yeah. So I went Texas Roadhouse 1, Chipotle at 2, Popeyes at 3, Famous Dave's at 4, 5 Guys at 5, Starbucks stays at 6, Cracker Barrel at 7, Cheesecake Factory 8, Dunkin' 9, Taco Bell 10.
We'll post these on the socials. I think it'll be clear. It'll be clear because I think I'm still wrong somehow.
Yeah,
with what I think I maybe did one too many
He put
things.
us in a tough spot by putting no burgers, no pizza on
He
this
did.
list.
Did.
And it was impossible to really do it justice from that regard. So Brian, you honorable mentions. What'd you have?
Fuddruckers.
Yeah.
Is my national burger of choice. And
Yeah.
as we started this episode, I had a minor freak out thinking, why didn't I get Fuddruckers on this list?
Yeah. I like
really,
Fuddruckers.
I really like the Fuddruckers burger.
I mentioned that as an option the other
good.
week. We didn't do it, but
so
which of us do you think did it better,
this is
Brian?
tough because I don't really like Five Guys. I've never been impressed by food from Five Guys.
I could be talked into Fuddruckers.
Oh, you could.
I could 100% change out 5 Guys for Fuddruckers. But that we've already given our lists, Brian. We both put 5 Guys on our list.
I could be talked into
so
it though.
Proxy as a.
But that's not how that works.
Also, the other thing with Five Guys that weirds me out. I know it's weird because Texas Roadhouse has peanuts all over
peanuts,
the
here we
place.
go.
They use peanut oil. I think.
So this isn't really fair because Brian can't even try the French fries.
I don't really get
It's the
down
fries.
with it.
Fries are good.
Yeah, so I don't really mess with it too much.
Fries are really
And
good.
The time I had
That's why
the
you go.
burgers
The
there.
fries are better than Fuddruckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Fuddruckers.
Fuddruckers has the cheese.
The cheese sauce.
Yeah.
Cheese sauce is great.
Yeah.
What
The
if
whole
we just both the
condiment
double
bar.
switch?
It's a double switch.
So my 5 Guys is now
Just
Fuddruckers.
an allergy switch. Right here.
Yeah,
Just
we're
on
going
account of the
to
allergy.
do.
So my Fuddruckers is now at 5 instead of 5 Guys. It's Fuddruckers at 5.
Yeah. Just
And
to-
yours is at what, 6, or what did you end up
six.
with?
Seven.
yeah,
Seven.
'cause
Seven.
I can't fairly do the
Yeah.
Five
Okay.
Guys,
Go ahead. So Fuddruckers was a honorable
Yeah.
mention. Chipotle,
what you
obviously.
need to know is that I added Marco's at pizza.
Yeah.
There's pizza now on the list, and I moved Starbucks up a good bit.
You
Yes.
did way up.
Yeah.
Up.
And you
Way
took
up.
the barrel off.
Took the barrel off the list.
That hurts.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I think even you know that's insane.
He does.
I got it at 2.
It's
pretty
insane.
important.
It's
I think you
insanity.
know it's insane.
His top 2 are both.
Where did you put the barrel? It's at
I put
5, right?
I dropped the barrel down to 7.
Okay.
He took it off the list entirely.
yeah.
We both added Fuddruckers. I added Chipotle. He added Marcos.
All right. This was super hard, but I'm getting clarity here. This is all coming crystal clear. Do I announce my list now? All right. So the list I'm going with is brands.
Wow. He took Cracker Barrel off the list.
I know. That hurts, but also putting Chipotle up there, I didn't.
Where you said you were going to put it?
You have it at, don't you have it at 2?
Oh, I moved it to 2
Yeah,
from
and
5.
it's just so high for me.
He said he
and I
always put
just-
it at 5.
Starbucks
also-
at 2 is right.
Starbucks up there, but Starbucks is.
Good
You
move.
went too far. We went too low with
It's low.
6. I think you know in your heart of hearts you made a mistake.
I'm also thrilled with your list over his too,
But-
so it's not hurting my feelings.
But pizza being, I thought about Domino's.
Yeah.
But I was like, I do feel bad.
And I know you haven't had. You say you haven't had
I'd
Marcos.
probably try Marcos.
Just put pizza. It's just
Yeah,
pizza.
It's a pizza. Yeah,
Just
pizza
pizza.
proxy. Yeah, but no, you
Proxy
guys filling
pizza.
in the gaps of a burger and pizza is the burger and pizza is what's missing.
Yeah.
Having Chipotle on there, it's not doing it for me. So
but he took off Mexican food. It's tough with what you had.
I know.
Like You've hamstrung us with too many dessert
I
places.
don't know if I took off Mexican food. I took off Taco Bell.
But there's
Bell.
no Mexican at all on your list.
At all, and no Cracker
I'm
Barrel,
saying
which is a
Taco
bummer.
Bell to say Taco Bell is Mexican
But
food.
in reality, is if you take off Chick-fil-A or Popeyes and you take off Dunkin', Cheesecake, Dairy Queen, or Cracker Barrel, and you replace it with pizza and burgers, then you've accommodated everything.
Yeah.
Which neither of us did that,
Yeah.
but he was closer. And he moved Starbucks to 2, and he took Cracker Barrel off the list. I'm thrilled with your list.
It was a bold move. And I felt like it had
as soon as you took it off the list, I was like, he's going to pick my list.
Yeah, it's a compromise for sure.
I can't believe he did it, but
for sure.
here for it.
I feel like I'm being a bigger person. You know?
It only took us an hour. Can you
There
believe
you go.
that?
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Brian, thanks for playing the disc list.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Let us know what your lists are.
Yeah.
And also, Dan and I will try to think through our top 5.
Yeah.
We shared on socials like we did for the cereal. I thought that was
Yeah.
a good time.
Yeah, I love
Not using Brian. Brian, we're going to get rid of Brian.
trash,
and we're going to
right?
think
Of course.
through our top 5. All right, everybody. Bye.
See ya.
Merry
Yep,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.